Hello everyone, how are you? This video has been a very long time coming. Yeah, a very long time coming. I think I just didn't get around to doing it because I wasn't really sure if it would be any good and I didn't really know what to talk about, but today I just thought, sod it. It's a grey day outside, I'm feeling rubbish, so I don't want to do any more housework, and I thought I will do this video. You might be subscribed to me, you might have seen me from the other videos I've done, diamond painting videos, and if you have, then grab a cuppa and listen to my tale of woe, as I call it. Well, it's going to be good in the end, but I just basically thought I'd do a video about my pregnancies, my first one, and I know in the future I will want to look back and, you know, remember how everything went, and maybe even one day Sakura will watch this video and realise how much of a pain in the arse she's been. But yeah, I hope that you find it useful. You might be watching this because you are expecting or you're thinking about trying for a baby. So, you know, this is going to be quite an honest video about my experiences. It might be a while, so grab a cuppa and sit back and relax. I've got my cuppa in my special cup, yeah. So I will tell you the story of my pregnancy, and I hope that I will do a couple more videos as well, and I'd really like to do a birthing vlog when the time actually comes. Maybe not the actual pushing time, but at least going to the hospital and seeing how everything goes, because there's not really a lot of videos from people in the UK, I think. Most of it is people in the US, and it seems a lot nicer over there, to be honest. Much nicer. So hopefully, you know, I'll be able to fill some people who live here in on what it's like to give birth over here and everything, and it will just be for me to look back on as well. But first of all, I might as well introduce myself properly, because I don't think I have on any other video really. Obviously my name is Nick. I am with my partner Greg, and we've been together for over 8 years now. Last year we decided, it was probably about March or April, we decided it would be a good time to, you know, start a little family. And in August I found out I was pregnant. It's quite funny because on YouTube, whenever I'd go to watch a video, you know when you get the adverts beforehand, I would always get that stupid advert for the Clearblue digital pregnancy test with the two women saying, "Oh, I think I'm gonna cry." Ugh. And it really used to piss me off, so I thought, sod it, I'm going to get a Clearblue digital, I'm going to give in, I'll do what you want, just shut up. So I ended up getting one of those. And yeah, I don't really get that advert anymore now, yay, I won. Not really, but there we go. But yeah, I got one of those and sat down with Greg. I think it was like after work one day, we just stopped and got one, and yeah, it said I was pregnant at 3 weeks plus, and yeah, that's where it all started. I've written a few notes because I have a terrible memory, and of course they're flipping gone now, aren't they? Go away, spotlight, no one likes you. No one likes you. Oh yeah, we our jobs, we actually work together. We both work locally, we make circuit boards. He's a lot better than me because he's a hobbyist anyway. He's got a little basement down here where his workshop is, and he's always taking stuff apart and soldering stuff, blah blah blah. So I can't do half as much as him, and he pretty much runs the company, but I do what I can, and you know, someone's got to do the dog's body work really. And I don't mind, I like it. It's really nice working together because we're quite independent when we're at work. So, you know, that's good. We get along really well. The house that we're in, this room, is Sakura's room. That's going to be her name, Sakura Morgana Reader Thompson. I know, it's a mouthful. I've had mixed reactions about that. But yeah, her room only got painted last week, so it's all lovely and pink. We've got a cot over there that we built at the weekend, and some furniture that will be behind me at some point that's coming soon. But yeah, we I would say we were quite lucky, but we weren't really. There's lots of people these days that talk about, you know, young people or just anyone really can't buy a house, can't get on the property ladder, but we done it. Luckily I was always brought up to be good with money. We lived with my mum for a few years, saved like mad. It was not really very nice, but just saved and saved, lived off one wage, and we managed to get a deposit with a bit of help from family as well, and we've got our own house, which is brilliant. So yeah, we've managed to do what we want with it. We've done up her room, and yeah, I'm not sure how long we'll be here for, because it is quite small, but I think it'll be okay. It's a good starter house at least anyway. It's really good. So yeah, as I said, in August I found out I was pregnant. It's quite funny because I've written in my notes here, preg test in Aug, and then bouncing on tramp, as you do. Good old notes. But what that means is that before I found out I was pregnant, I went around my sister's house, and she's got 3 children, and they had this new trampoline put in the garden. And of course, that's me flipping, bouncing around, doing terrible somersaults, trying to teach the children. And yeah, she still survived. Woo! But yeah, that was kind of surprised to me. Just like, oh my god, it didn't kill her. My terrible trampolining. So yeah, when I was about 4 or 5 weeks, went and saw the doctor at the local surgery. It was a locum, and he didn't have a bloody clue, really, to be honest, which was kind of annoying because, I mean, it's just a woman going in saying, I'm pregnant. It's not exactly the weirdest thing in the world. And he was just like, oh, this is a new one for me. And I thought, oh, brilliant. But yeah, he pretty much just took my height and my weight and went and got my pregnancy pack thing they give you a little folder. Sorry, you might hear cars and stuff outside. I live right next to a busy road. But yeah, he went and got me a folder, and you get a little magazine, you get some vitamins, like what do you call it, a sample, but I can't take them because they're massive. And then you get like your pregnancy folder where your midwife writes things in. And yeah, just stuff, bits of paperwork and whatnot. So that's all good. And a pen, woo, free pen. And yeah, that was it really. He pretty much just took my vitals, sent me away, and then I had to come back. And no, I didn't go back. The midwife came around my house, and I had a little chat to her, and she sort of works out, you know, are you on any medication? I think she probably susses out your house as well at the same time. Make sure you're not living in a complete hovel. And yeah, just has a little chat to you and tells you what you should eat and shouldn't eat and all that stuff. But that was really nice. She was lovely. And yeah, it's good. When I was 12 weeks, we had the first scan, and that was really weird. It was really, really weird. They say that you have to drink lots of water so they can see better, and I done that, but yeah, despite that, she would not get in the correct position, so I had to go outside and just sort of drink a lot more water and jiggle about and whatnot to try and get her to move. It took about half hour before they could actually see something and take a measurement, because they take measurements and, you know, just make sure the baby's the correct size and looks okay. It was very weird, you know, seeing her on the screen, because it was just like, as Greg said, it's like looking at a little alien and you're like, oh god, that's inside me, really? I was half expecting to go to the scan and then, you know, for them to just say, oh, you're not pregnant, there's nothing there. But it's weird because obviously at the time you're not showing, you're not feeling any kicking. I wouldn't really say it kicked in that I was actually pregnant. In fact, it probably still hasn't really. I don't think it will really kick in until she actually pops out. But yeah, it was very exciting. But then of course it just left the question of, is it a boy or a girl? And you know, obviously it's too early for them to tell. So that was kind of annoying because they said, oh yeah, you know, your next scan is 20 weeks, which I think was the end of November. So of course I was just like, oh God, it's going to take forever. I really want to know now. But yeah, I have to say, I can't really remember when it started, but I have had, I say my symptoms probably started very shortly after I went and saw the doctor. The first time when I was about 4 or 5 weeks. My early symptoms were morning sickness, which hasn't gone away. I don't know, people talk about other things. They talk about, you know, you've got sore boobs and pains, like period pains, but it's all just things that feel like a period's coming on. So it's kind of hard to tell whether it's just, you know, a period coming on or whether it's actually baby. So that's kind of, I don't know if it's stupid, but yeah, the only thing that really separated it was morning sickness, which was not very nice. And like I said, I've still got it now at 31 weeks. Should have mentioned that really, shouldn't I? 31, I'm in my 3rd trimester now. But yeah, that just carried on pretty much. October, September, I went on a trip. We went on this little holiday trip for a few days to Blackpool, and yeah, when you have morning sickness, sitting on a coach for hours, it's not fun. Oh, it is not fun. I think on the way back there was traffic and we was on there for about 6.5 hours. Yeah, that wasn't good. And it was quite funny because there was a boy sitting in front of us, and I was just sitting on the coach trying to go to sleep, just trying to sort of zone out and not be sick. When we got off the coach, Greg said to me, that boy in front of you, he kept licking everything, but I didn't want to say to you because I knew you'd be sick. I was like, yeah, good, don't tell me, I don't want to know if he's licking everything. But it was kind of weird because at that time, the only thing that I could find that would kind of make the morning sickness better was if the night before, if I had a curry, if I had a chicken tikka, then the next day I would be okay and I wouldn't be sick. But, you know, that didn't last, unfortunately. And the other thing that's been really difficult is I haven't been able to stomach a lot of food. It's not too bad now, but in the early days I just, even if you said, eat this and your morning sickness will be okay tomorrow, I just wouldn't be able to face it. I think it's just that usual, you know, you feel too sick to eat, but you feel sick because you're not eating. You know, you're kind of just stuck in that catch-22 situation. So yeah, that was pretty much it. My September, October, November was just waiting for the 20-week scan, feeling like shit, puking up a lot, especially, it will just happen without warning. I'll be on the way to work and just puke on the street, which was really horrible. I couldn't go into food shops because it would just make me ill. Certain smells, certain things. At work, it's gonna sound really stupid unless you've experienced it. But like where we work, at the back of the room, you've got all the tea and coffee making bits, and there's a glass where people put the used like coffee spoons, because there isn't a sink there, annoyingly. So people just dump spoons into this stupid glass, and it's so dirty and disgusting, and I could not make any coffee. Not that I really wanted it anyway, but if I did fancy one and go to make one, I would just look at these spoons and throw up. They're just so disgusting. I had to get a workmate to stir my coffee for me because I didn't want to touch one of these manky old brown spoons. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, that was another weird thing, is that I've always been a coffee drinker, but for that, I say for that period of time, I just didn't want any coffee. I was drinking a bit of tea, but that's it really. My appetite changed a lot, and I didn't fancy chocolate at all, which was really weird. I wouldn't really say I had food cravings, and I still don't now, but I do have a new appreciation for tomato soup. I really like tomato soup and orange juice. But yeah, during that time, just no chocolate, nope. Even over Christmas, I got bought loads of chocolate, and I went out and bought chocolate thinking, oh yeah, but I like that. And yeah, I've still got it. I haven't eaten it. But yeah, definitely just screws with your appetite and everything. Oh, another police car. I don't know what the hell I've put in that note. Typo. But yeah, when I was 20 weeks at the end of November, I had my 20-week scan, and that was awesome. You don't need to drink anything. You can just go in and do it. And it was quite nice because the first time I had my scan, they said, oh yeah, you're going to have a blood test as well. And I was like, oh great, didn't know that. I'm not really a big fan of them. I don't mind needles, it's just, I don't like them taking blood, it's mine. But yeah, the second one you just go in and they just give you a scan and that's it. And I got to find out the sex. I was so happy. I was so flipping happy because I kind of felt like I was going to have a girl anyway. But Greg thought it might be a boy, and Greg's mum thought it would be a boy, and all my family was saying girl. So yeah, it was a girl. And yeah, I wasn't a complete wuss, I didn't cry, but I was really, really happy because I was kind of hoping for a girl anyway. I didn't have my heart set on it because I thought, you know, I'm going to feel horrible if it turns out that I'm having a boy. You know, I don't want all that gender disappointment sort of thing, because I've read about people, you know, they want something and it's something else, and they end up pretty much just getting a bit of depression and they're devastated. And I did not want to be like that. So that's why I was so relieved when I found out that I was going to have a little girl. I thought, yeah, just thank God I don't need to try and cope with all that. So that's really good. After about 12 weeks, I think it was when I was about to have my first scan, that's when I told everyone at work. That's when I told my boss. I thought, I'm going to tell him as soon as possible because I do not want him saying that I didn't give him enough warning. Because sometimes you can't be too careful, especially if you don't really trust your boss. Hopefully he won't be watching. I'm sure he won't be, but I mean, I knew it would work out alright anyway, but yeah. But it was really nice as well, because when you can't tell people, you want to tell everyone, and if you see someone who you haven't seen in a while, you want to say, hey, I'm pregnant, but you can't. You just think, no, just don't. And also by 20 weeks I was starting to get a bump. It was quite noticeable, which was great. As far as having the bump has been, it's kind of weird. I know a lot of women, they don't like it apparently. I've read things saying like, you know, oh, your man or whoever needs to support you because, you know, some women, they feel like they're getting fat and they feel ugly and all this crap. I couldn't wait to get my bump. I love it. I love it. It's one of the very few good things about pregnancy, because it's cool. It's like I said to the world, hey, I'm going to be a mum, even though you're not exactly the first person to do it, but you know, you still feel special. And it is nice. Although it's weird, a lot of people say that strangers have come up to them and talked to them and said, oh, how far along are you? And wanted to touch their bump. I haven't had any of that, which is kind of, I don't know, kind of a shame really, but a lot of people don't talk to each other these days, I suppose. God, me sounding old these days. People just don't talk to each other full stop. But yeah, I don't really mind, and yeah, I love it. And I think if there are women out there who are concerned because they're feeling fat, I just think, don't be stupid. It's a flipping baby, it's not fat. But yeah, hopefully that's exaggerated, and most women don't feel like that. It makes me think of those stupid episodes of like Jerry Springer and that I used to watch when I was a lot younger, when it was on the telly, and you'd get these women with really flat stomachs, and I know it's all fake, but they'd end up, you know, just going on saying, oh, my boyfriend doesn't want me to get fat, you know, so I haven't put on any weight, and you just think, what a load of crap, how stupid. I don't know if you could even do that if you really wanted to. Could you? I don't know. Stupid. But yeah, 20 weeks, I had my scan. I think I'd had a couple of blood tests as well. I've been having them throughout anyway, every now and again. When I was 27 weeks, I had to do a stupid glucose challenge, they call it. The challenge is you have to drink horrible Lucozade. They make you drink a bottle and then wait an hour and then take some blood and see if you are going to have, I can't pronounce it, gestational diabetes? I can't remember the word. I'm going to just sound stupid. But yeah, lots of blood tests, which is annoying. But yeah, I think that's all I went up to with my notes, because I was still in the second trimester now. But yeah, I'd put maternity leave problems, but I think that's all been sorted now, which is good. I've really been worried about it. I've been worried about a lot of things. I want everything to be sorted and done and ready. I think it must just be some weird, you know, feather in the nest sort of thing. It just drives me insane that stuff, you know, when stuff doesn't get done. I mean, like with the house, when we bought the house, the reason why we got it so cheap is because it's very dated, and it didn't have, when we moved in, it didn't have any heating or double glazing, just anything really. So we were having to do the house top to bottom, everything. So the 2 rooms that I want to get done for when Sakura's around is her room, obviously, and the living room, because I feel like I'm going to be spending a lot of time there with her. So we've been trying to get that done, but finding a plasterer to come in, oh my god, it's been such a flipping challenge. You think you'll just ring someone up and they'll come round and do it, but no. I would ring plasterer after plasterer and they'd say, oh, I'm busy, or they'd come and have a look and then just not bother to get back to you, or they're just a complete flipping cowboy. And yeah, we finally got someone coming tomorrow, so hopefully things will start taking shape soon. But the mood I've just been in has just been, I've been on the verge of just doing it myself. I don't care if it's a bodge job, I just want it done. It has to be done and good. But yeah, I think I'm starting to get a bit hormonal about things like that now. I mean, my sister said to me, when you see adverts about, I don't know, like starving children in Africa, or there's a story on the news about child abuse, you'll get really upset and you'll start to cry. I haven't found that, but I have found that I am really funny about things. Like if Greg has left something in a mess, or if I suddenly come downstairs and I see everything's a mess, I just get really emotional over it, and it's just like, oh, it's so messy, oh, she's gonna come into a building site, and I've been freaking out about stuff like that. I've just had visions, because the living room at the minute, all the carpet's been ripped up, so it's just the floorboards, there's nothing on the walls, nothing on the ceiling, it's just like a shell, and I've just got this horrible vision of her just in the middle on the floor on a play mat surrounded by dust and nails and crap. And it's been driving me mad. So yeah, I've just been freaking out wanting to just get everything done. I want everything to be right. I've been doing so much organising recently, just trying to get everything sorted, and I've kind of lost patience, whereas before, if something needed to be done that, say, Greg could do, I wouldn't really pester him too much, because I just think, oh, you know, I don't want to be a nag. But now it's just like, sod it, I'm going to be a nag. I'm going to nag and nag until stuff gets done. But yeah, people's reactions have been quite weird. Like I said, I mean, strangers haven't really done anything. Whenever I've sat in the bus stop to get home, even though I think I'm looking pretty pregnant, people will just start smoking around me, which I find quite annoying. But again, I don't know if it's just me being overly polite. I would just get up and move. I don't really want to moan at someone. The only person I've moaned at was a guy at work who will go out for fag breaks, and all the smoke was coming in recently, so I just said to him, can you smoke somewhere else, because it's coming in. And he wasn't a happy chappy, he just moaned at me. I thought, oh, shut up, I don't care. I don't care. But also, yeah, like I said, their reactions to the name has been quite interesting. It's when people say that the name is unusual, you know what they really mean is, ooh. But to be honest, some of the names that people are calling their children these days are pretty flipping bad, in my opinion. And it's not just I'm not calling her Sakura for no reason. I don't like to be one of those people that's bang on about, ooh, I've been travelling, ooh, I found myself, and all this crap. But I lived in Japan for a bit. I've done exams in Japanese, so on paper I'm fluent, but I'm not really. And Sakura is Japanese for cherry blossom, and it's a name I've always just said, if I have a child, no, if I have a girl, that's going to be her name. So that was it really. There was no decision to be made. It was just always going to be that way. Greg wasn't really thrilled, because I think he's been a bit worried that he won't pronounce it properly, but he's fine, and he doesn't have a choice. But it's a really, really sweet name, really cutesy, and especially with Morgana, which I think is quite an evil, powerful name. I like the juxtaposition of the two. I think it goes well, and she's going to be a Rita Thompson, because I'm a Rita and he's a Thompson. And as far as I know, going double barreled will be fine. Everyone's saying it's fine, so that's good. Better be anyway, otherwise I'll be stuck. But there's been a little bit of negativity, because I'm only planning on having one. I've just never, I would say I've never seen myself having more than one, but up until a couple of years ago I would have said I don't want children. So I know things can change, but right now I do just want one. And yeah, I have had, the last time I went and had a blood test, the stupid old bloody nurse there was saying to me, oh, don't you think that's cruel, just having one? And I thought, it's none of your business, love. And I said to her, no, if I was going to be cruel, I'd have a second child that I don't want, just so the first one has a sibling. It's kind of stupid. As far as I know, other women do have that problem as well. If you have one and people just tell you you're cruel and the child will be lonely, and I just kind of think, no, mind your own business. Because to me, I think it depends. It depends on how good the parents are, and it depends, you know, how many friends I have in school and whatnot. I don't know. I think that's just a bit of a stupid thing to say. But there we go. I know my mum was an only child, and she has said to me before, like a long time before I got pregnant, she said that, you know, she wished she'd have had a brother or sister, and she thinks it's cruel to just have one. But of course, now if I question her about it, she says, oh, I never said that, but she did. She did. But yeah, I'd say since I didn't write any notes about third trimester, I'd just say I'm getting bigger. I am getting whale sized, and I'm really feeling it. It's not really been fun or work. I haven't really got that much longer to go. I've got, next week is a normal week, although I only work 3 days. And then the week after I'm just doing mornings, and then that's it, I'm finished. And I can't wait. As much as I do like working there and I will miss the people, it's just really not fun. Sometimes, I think it's because of the position she's in, sometimes it's not too bad, but then other times it'll feel like she weighs a lot, and I'll just feel like I'm lugging around a ton of bricks, and I'll feel sick, and my legs will be all crampy, and I'll just want to go home, and I'll be really tired. That's another thing why I had to keep having blood tests, because I'm anemic, I'm low on, you know, vitamin D and iron, and I think a few other things as well. So I'm just constantly flipping knackered. So yeah, it will be good to have the last month off work and just, I don't know, get ready. I do want to do exercise, but I don't know, I want to go walking, but it's so painful sometimes. I'm not sure whether I'd be doing myself good or not. I don't want to make things worse, really. But yeah, like I said, just the side effects have been a bit rubbish, and I think it's just going to be worse for a bit, but it's gonna be alright in the end. This Tuesday, actually, what was it now, Thursday? So yeah, a couple of days ago, me and Greg went to our first antenatal class, and it's just made me worry. It wasn't really very good. It reminded me kind of like when you have to go on a work sort of team building thing, where you were split up into groups, and you know, they'll give you a card saying like, you know, what are the symptoms of labour, and you know, when should you ring the hospital and stuff like this, and you have to talk in your groups and write stuff down, and then at the end the midwife reads everyone's answers out, and you know, it's all stuff like that, and then she sits and talks to you about the biology of things and what happens when you go into labour with your bones and everything moving about. And while it was good in a kind of educational way, it was kind of annoying because there was no, this is how to relax, there was no breathing techniques or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know, there's going to be 3 weeks of that, so I've got that in the next 2 Tuesdays as well. But next Thursday I am starting hypnobirthing, which should be quite fun. I'm really looking forward to it because I think it will be everything that the NHS one maternity classes, you know, isn't. I think it's going to be a lot more about how to chill out and how to have a nice birth, which is really good because I am kind of worried. The last time I went and saw the midwife, she told me that Sakura's breech at the moment, so she's the wrong way, which is really annoying. And as far as I know, if she stays that way, then I could possibly end up having to have a C-section, which I'm not really thrilled about. I mean, I know if you have to have one, you have to have one, but I just kind of feel like I'd be, you know, I wouldn't be doing it properly, the natural way. So I don't know, I think that would be a shame, but I know that, you know, you can't help it if things like that happen. I think I just sort of, considering I just want one, I just want to have the experience. You know, like if something's offered to me, I'll take it. I've been, you know, taking everything that's thrown at me because I want to have the full experience, and I want to take everything that I can. Which is what, you know, also why I'm doing the hypnobirthing and that as well. Also because I'm just kind of worried that I'll go into labour and just start freaking out and panicking, and I don't want it to be stressful for me or for her. I want it to be nice. So yeah, that's what I've got coming up, more antenatal, hypnobirthing, and I want to do a video when I come back. I think next Saturday I'm planning on going around, getting shown around, what do you call it, the birthing centre in the hospital where I'm going to be giving birth, which is in Cambridge. And I'm quite lucky to be near there because Addenbrooke's is meant to be one of the best hospitals in the world, which is good. I'm pleased I'm going there. My poor sister, when she had her first baby, she went to some hospital in Essex. I think she went to Basildon or somewhere, I'm not sure where. But apparently that was one of the worst hospitals in the country and she hated it. She just said it was awful, and the next 2 children that she had at home because it was so bad. But yeah, I'm hoping Addenbrooke's will be good. I hope they know how to treat their new mums. Although it's kind of worrying because when I look at the vlogs from people in the US who are going into hospital, it seems like, you know, they just wander in and they can hang around for as long as they want pretty much, and nature takes its course. Whereas I think places in this country, if you're not dilated enough, they'll just throw you out, and then as soon as you pop the baby out, they want to get you out the door. And yeah, I think it is a bit of a growing problem in this country, that it is just get you in, get you out. And you know, I really don't want to feel like that, you know, like I am just a number. They just can't wait to get out of the building because it's full. But from what I've seen so far of the maternity unit, it's been very quiet and very nice. So I'm hoping that'll be good. But yeah, I'll have to I'll do a video after I've been. I don't know if they'll let me film when I'm in there. Maybe they will. Maybe I'll be able to do that. But that'll be good, because apparently the rooms on their website, they do look very posh, and they have like big birthing pools in each room and an ensuite, and they give you a nice bed to sleep in before you go home and stuff. As in a proper double bed, not just a hospital bed. Yeah, brilliant hospital. They have beds. Woo. But no, it looks good. It looks fancy. But then it is Cambridge, darling. But yeah, I'm looking forward to everything moving along nicely, and I hope Sakura turns around. And yeah, that's pretty much my story up until now. I don't think I've missed anything. Not sure how long this video is going to be. Probably not as long as I expected it to be. But yeah, I'm just trying to think. Lots of puking, and oh yeah, it got so. This is an example of how annoying it is. Last night I went to do the washing up, and I had there were some daffodils on the windowsill that my mum had brought for me last time she came and visited me. And when I went to do the washing up, got a whiff of these flowers, and yeah, bleh, threw up in the sink. Lovely. And that's how bad it is. You just can't do anything about it, unfortunately. As long as it goes away after Sakura's born. Otherwise I'll just be going to the doctors saying, what the hell, give me drugs, make it stop. But yeah, I haven't wanted to take anything, just because, you know, I'm taking tablets already, and I don't want to take more things, you know, just to make my life easier. If it's gonna mess her up, I'll live with the throwing up and everything. But yeah, no, it's been good. My overall feelings are that I'm excited. She's kicking a lot now. I mean, I think when I was about 20 weeks anyway, I started to feel a slight kicking that just kind of felt like butterflies in your tummy. But now it's kind of, it's weird because I'll be sitting down at work, and instead of just like a light kick, like someone just poking, I'll just suddenly feel like her elbow or something just suddenly stick out slowly, and you're like, oh, okay. Sometimes it makes me jump. I end up just sitting there going, because there's suddenly limbs poking out. It's quite funny. But yeah, I'm really excited to meet her, but I think I'm just not really thinking straight about the labour. I think just because I know it's going to be painful, and there's no point in thinking about what it's going to be like and how painful it's going to be, because I'm not going to know until it happens. But I know what I'm like. It's like when I go to the dentist, which I'm flipping terrified of. The day before or on the day, I might be pretty chilled out and just think, yeah, I don't care. But as soon as I get into that building, I freak out, and as soon as I get into that dentist chair, that's it, panic attack, crying, absolutely flipping a mess, a complete mess. So I kind of think that's gonna happen, hence the hypnobirthing. Yeah, I feel like I'll just be all mouth beforehand and then just freak out when stuff's actually happening. But hopefully not. Hopefully I will cope with it well, and I'll have Greg there with me and a midwife and lots of support. So I'm hoping I'm going to be okay. But like I said, there's no point in worrying about it right now, because it's going to happen, and I'm going to get a prize at the end. It's not just pain or suffering for no reason. I'm going to have a little baby, so that's going to be good. And yeah, that's it. I'll do another video. When will I do another video? Probably after I've visited the Rosie. Or whenever, really. I think I might just come in here and moan every so often. Don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful I'm pregnant. I've never had a miscarriage or anything, or any trouble, and I'm really, really thankful for that. But yeah, it's still my prerogative to bitch and moan, I think. Still need to moan, because that's what we do, it's what people do. And I'm sure when she's born and she's older, I'll just be moaning at her, saying, oh, you have no idea how sick you made me. I had to go through so much to have you, you pain. But yeah, it's all going to be worth it in the end, and I will see you around. And yeah, I think that's it. It's starting to get dark now, so yeah, just finishing just in time. I hope everyone is okay. If anyone else is watching this and you're expecting or anything, or if you have any questions, then leave me a comment. I'll be happy to answer. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.